it?
Oh, maliciously.
Bitchin', how we do?
Well, first you put your hand upon me.
Okay.
Yes, like that. Now lower.
Uh-huh.
Lower. A little lower. If we had junk, you'd be gay right now. Fusing! Really? Because it looked like...
That scene was pretty funny. But my god, it blew my mind when I first saw it. It's easily one of Team 4-Star's most ingenious changes they have ever made to the series. It's no secret to me that TFS loves Dragon Ball, and therefore they fill their videos with tons of great stuff. But I think a lot of it goes unappreciated. And seeing as DBZA wrapped up their 3rd season with a nice cell-shattering, heartstring-tugging bow, I figured now would be the perfect time to make this video.
That's a terrible impression.
But not inaccurate.
Why are you still here?
But before I get into this, let it be known that I am only considering elements that would work for both the abridged and regular versions. Characters like Mr. Popo, Ghost Nappa, and Guru, while brilliant, cannot be counted. This holds true for story beats like the Muffin Button and Krillin's tax evasion because, just like my hypothetical singing career, it would make no sense. But then again, when has something not making sense ever stopped them?
Now then, it's time for me to make the donuts.
Now, I'm no doctor, professor, scientist, king myself, but I'll have you know I own a fraction of the Dragon Ball manga, so I think I'm pretty much an expert on the topic I'm discussing right now. English words. And for my first trick, I will attempt to convince you out there that don't agree that Team 4-Star has some truly inspired ideas for the Dragon Ball story that I think made it better. Don't at me. First things first, let's talk about Team 4-Star's Piccolo.
It's good to have you back, Nail.
I'm not Nail.
Technically, you kind of are.
Shut up, Nail.
Why are you talking to yourself?
There aren't words available in the modern English lexicon capable of conveying just how utterly genius I thought this narrative decision was and still is. But just so we both understand. Let's break this mother down! Great thing number 1, TFS managed to retain the characters of both Nail and Kame, 2 characters that had significant amounts of time and effort put into developing them. In doing this, they succeeded in keeping the characters relevant. Fucking great. Let's keep going. Great thing number 2, it gives Piccolo something to goddamn do, what a unique concept, and someone to talk to at any time. Because of this decision, TFS were able to utilize this as a vehicle of dispensing exposition to the viewer as well as creating unique character moments.
Stay Crush.
Anarchy Barrage.
Taco Tuesday.
Hellzone Grenade. Screw you, I'm keeping that one.
Now, while funny, that clip also serves a secondary purpose of giving context to this.
Oh, shit.
Hellzone Grenade.
Oh man, it's even got a cool name.
This is sort of an aside to this whole conversation, but really this decision's most brilliant attribute can be summed up in 4 words. No mouth flaps needed. This is the reason why the dialogue between Nail, Kame, and Piccolo is so damn entertaining. The writing for it has significantly more freedom than the vast majority of interactions have. Even those of you out there who don't know how to edit can appreciate just how simple creating this scene might be compared to, say, a regular dialogue sequence. And that's what makes it so damn brilliant.
It's Kriller time! It's never gonna be a thing.
Okay, yeah, fine. Kriller time might not ever be a thing, but you know what is a thing? These two. They're a thing now. And their budding relationship all the way to its eventual climax. This was handled so damn well. By his own admission, Akira Toriyama does not think he's very good at writing romantic stories, which freed up a lot of growing room for TFS when handling this aspect of the Cell Saga.
Huh. This remote's a lot heavier than I expected. Huh.
Subtle inclusions like this didn't need to be there, but they were put in anyway because it enriches the experience by giving us added insight into the character Krillin. And as a result, his relationship with 18 feels more earned. And it all comes to a head here, when Krillin is faced with a dilemma. Press the button or let her go. We all knew where this was going, and this could be a personal preference, but the dialogue in Krillin's mind during this sequence was fantastic. Followed quickly after by 18's rationalizing of the situation as best she could. This relationship felt more real. It felt earned. It was more satisfying to watch as it unfolded compared with Funimation's version, if you ask me. If you, like me, are a longtime fan of Dragon Ball, then you too probably know the pain of what it's like trying to describe what is and isn't canon to the show of Dragon Ball to a new or non-Dragon Ball fan. It's a nightmare for both people. Hey man, could you explain to me what's canon in Dragon Ball? Oh yeah, sure, it's super easy to check it, okay. So Akira Toriyama wrote like 519 chapters of manga. They get turned into 444 episodes of anime with 13 movies and 2 TV specials. Oh, so the Dragon Ball movies are canon? No, the movies weren't written by Akira Toriyama and therefore they are not canon. Well, except for the last 3 movies. He wrote those. Okay, so everything in the manga is the canon source material. Wrong again! Ever since Dragon Ball Super started, the canon's sorta screwy. The manga and the anime story are both written by Akira Toriyama. They're both kind of the same, but, totally different and canon at the same time. Everything's pretty much canon after Z. Well, except for the Dragon Ball Heroes anime, but that's obvious. And don't even get me started with Broly, dude. You see what I mean? If TFS makes it, then it's part of the canon of their show entirely. There's no dissertation that's required for you to read prior. It's simple, it's easy, it's fucking better.
Attention everyone! Your planet is a mudhole for entitled weaklings, and you're all worthless. I'm going to claim my birthright.
But Dad, what about Cell?
Fuck up.
Okay, let's talk about the androids. I gotta be honest with you guys. In the original run of Dragon Ball, I didn't really care that much for androids 16, 17, or 18. I thought their designs looked cool. Other than that, they were kinda boring compared to the other characters in the story. And I know those are all subjective thoughts, which is why I will try to ignore all of the examples I want to talk about and instead focus on what I think are 2 important additions TFS made to the androids' characters, which I think are objective improvements. Firstly, let's talk about androids 17 and 18. TFS added a host of additional background information regarding the 2 characters, which helped the audience sympathize with them. While Trunks and Krillin are looking for Cell beneath Dr. Gero's lab, Trunks actually stumbles upon schematics for the androids. None of that information was privy to the viewer in the original run of the show. Additionally, Bulma reveals yet more information regarding their backstory in a later episode. These are powerful inclusions to the story that give reasoning to why they have acted the way they have and serve to humanize the 2 as more than robotic killing machines. A line that comes up time and time again with the androids in DBZA is one where a character informs them that what they are doing is a poor decision, to which they respond, maybe, but it's mine to make. This gives clear insight to the viewer that they are still bitter about being made slaves by Dr. Gero, and that they, right now, proudly live for themselves. Now, that's good and all, but I haven't even gotten to the incredible changes they made to the story for Android 16 yet. In the 56th episode of Dragon Ball Z Abridged, Team 4-Star made the single largest change they have ever made to a character in a serious light. While Bulma is repairing Android 16 after his clash with Cell, she uncovers a hidden folder containing an insightful video of Android 16 before he was an android. Now, for those of you out there that didn't hear, near the end of that video, a man off camera shouts, "Something is tearing its way through the compound," and behind that again you can hear a Kid Goku charging up his Kamehameha. And using that, we can infer that this footage was filmed during the Red Ribbon Army arc of the original Dragon Ball, when Goku was making his way through a Red Ribbon base. And it's during this, Dr. Gero's son, who became Android 16, was killed. That's heavy. It gives more motivation behind Dr. Gero's hatred for Son Goku, and builds up 16's relationship with his father. It's a beautiful addition and one that only serves to elevate all those involved. I'm honestly shocked more people don't talk about it. All that aside, there are of course huge changes made to certain characters like Yajirobe and Korin, what with them being in a relationship and all. And that, while nonsensical, gave the characters something more to do. It gave them something more to say. And above all else, it gave us, the viewers, a new angle for which to look at the show from. At the end of the day, Team 4-Star has an enormous advantage in that they are an independent company operating as fan writers with over 30 years of hindsight when writing and preparing these scripts. So in many respects, it's not a fair comparison. But with that said, I do think they handled the aforementioned points better than the original in some respects. But hey, maybe you disagree, or maybe I missed your favorite change. Either way, make sure to let me know how you feel down below in the comments section. Since TFS have now completed the Cell saga, I thought it was fitting to cover the show in some detail. But that'll do it for now. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Also, the Kienzan and Kikoho are way cooler than the Destructo Disc and Tri-Beam. Fuck you, fight me!